Afternoon, this is Lindsay. It is Monday, March 24th, 2025. And so I guess I decided I was going to do a video about more of the stupid surveillance and trying to keep me, under some kind of control and surveillance. And so, I since I do a lot of research on YouTube and watch a lot of YouTube videos about all kinds of different topics, I watch things about gang stalking, targeted individuals, narcissistic abuse, other things, spiritual things about natural law, just whatever, anything and everything, all kinds of different topics. So obviously, when I do my own videos, I'm all over the place when I talk. I don't have a script. I just say whatever comes to mind, or I talk about what happens to me kind of like on a daily basis with this gang stalking stuff, because and how it's just so weird, because I believe that narcissism, societal narcissism, and organized stalking are definitely connected, because it's all government surveillance and corporate stuff tied together. And whenever you're in a situation such as mine, where you've been a whistleblower and witnessed for your firsthand like corruption and things going on in front of you, like in your vicinity, that are illegal, quote unquote illegal, and then you're supposed to kind of like, I guess, in this kind of situation that I'm in, when I've talked about it and basically been I guess they call it, people who rat on others or call them out for shit like that. So now, of course, because I have done that in the past, called people out in this, where I live, for the shit they do, the drug dealing and crap, like what was going on next door at that house for so long, all that shit that was going on for the past, ever since I've lived here. So of course I started to talk about it. At first I didn't want to say anything. I was too afraid to say anything, let alone call the police or talk about it on a YouTube video, because I was afraid. I was afraid for my safety, for a lot of things, and as well as for my reputation, even though I'm not part of that culture, that drug culture or whatever. But still, in the area where I live in, here in Eastside San Antonio, there's so much of that shit going on, and so many people are involved with that, or they have family members who are involved with it, or who have been in trouble with drugs and whatnot. So it's kind of like a hush hush, shh, I've got your back shit kind of thing. And if you're not a Mexican like me, I'm not a Hispanic, Chicano, and I'm not from the hood or from this area, I'm from a different city altogether, I get ostracized. And I have no, I don't have any, in the neighborhood that I live in, clearly I'm a targeted individual, because I'm not one of them. They don't talk to me, they don't like me here. And I'm not part of the Neighborhood Watch program. I don't go to any of the meetings. I don't go to a nearby church. I'm not really part of the community, in other words, okay? I'm not part of the Eastside San Antonio 78210 community. And even if I would have tried when I first came here to San Antonio, I would not have been accepted anyway to that community, whatever. Even though there was a fucking AA house right down the street from where I used to live on Canton Street, when I got into that horrendous situation that my mother threw me into completely, when I was just like in shock living in that situation when I first arrived to San Antonio, all that chaos that she just fucking threw me into, expected me to just adapt, and I was in shock. I was in total shock about what was going on, about why she did that to me. How could she be so fucking mean to me? And it took me a long, long time to recover from that, as well as adapt to living in that situation that I was in on Canton Street. And ever since I've been out of that situation, which I still have nightmares about it. I still have fucking nightmares to this day about the shit that I went through living in that house. Okay? I'm sorry, but I'm not a person who's fond of fucking pit bulls and going out for in the fucking yard or to go into in back of the house to get in my fucking car and being almost attacked by fucking dogs. You know, most people, maybe you're used to that, being that a lot of people are, I guess, but me, I'm not used to that. And I'm so sorry for offending people, but it's just not something I was accustomed to. And so, of course, they hated me for calling the police about that. You know, I got all kinds of fucking hell and gang stalking after I called the fucking police about the fact that I was being almost brutally attacked by fucking vicious pit bulls on a daily basis at that fucking 646 Canton Street house. And so, yeah, I'm just supposed to act like none of this stuff happened. It's all good, you know. No. Unfortunately, people like me, whenever you have enough trauma and you're thrown trauma in all different directions every day, albeit subtle sometimes, it does stick with you. And it does create a form of severe chronic PTSD that doesn't just go away. And most people think that, just take some medication. Just go see a doctor. Go see a psychiatrist and you'll be okay. No. I don't believe in medication, number one, for mental disorders. I don't believe in that shit, that synthetic fucking medication crap. And I sure as a fuck don't like psychiatrists. I don't believe in the whole system, quite frankly. And so, of course, I'm hated for that. I'm hated for having a mind of my own. I'm disliked because I don't believe it like Western medicine. I'm disliked because I don't go to the fucking doctor when I cut my finger or for a cold or anything like that. Like most people run to the fucking doctor for anything and everything. I don't do that. I don't go unless I absolutely have to go. And I used to have to go somewhat often for various things. I didn't have to go, but I would go from time to time for various things that I was having a problem with that I don't want to talk about now, but it has to do with a urinary issue, which I'm pretty much able to manage that nowadays with natural supplements and other things. But anyway, I don't want to get into that. But the point is that I'm not one of these people who's much a fan of allopathic Western medicine. I believe that, I guess I'm jumping from one subject to the next, and I apologize. That's just how my mind works. But, allopathic medicine, yeah, I think it's good for certain things. It's good for if you have to get surgery. It's good for, medical emergencies and things like this. People have to get maybe something removed, a gallbladder removed, or a kidney stone, or, of course, there's good things about Western medicine, don't get me wrong. But at the same token, I don't believe in being hooked on pain pills. I don't believe in that you need to go see the doctor for everything. I know that some people feel that that's their answer to everything, that they have to do anything that the doctor tells them, and that if they don't, they're going to die. Well, you know what? To each his own. To each his or her own. If you feel that that's your only life raft and your survival is going to the doctor and being told that you're sick and you're going to die if you don't do this or if you don't, then do it. Or if you're more of an alternative thinker who can think and research and kind of figure things out and listen to your own body, you don't necessarily need the opinion of some of these doctors, because sometimes they don't have your best interests at heart. They don't. Some of them don't. Some of them do. There's some who are really good people. Some are not, because I've had experiences with that. And I don't want to go into detail about that, but I have had a lot of experiences with some pretty shady doctors out there who have really fucked up my life in the past, big time, because of the trauma that they cause by you thinking, by them exaggerating things, in other words, like making you feel so anxious and overwhelmed, like that, that they can do that. They're really good at doing that sometimes, to make you feel so scared that there's no other alternative, that you're going to die. And yeah, I've got a past experience with that I really do have a lot I could talk on and on about those experiences that have happened to me over the years. But you know what? I am a survivor. I'm a fighter, and I never, ever, ever. I always get second opinions. If something, I'm the type of person who, if somebody tells me something, I'm going to go research and find out for myself. I don't always take their word for everything, and neither should you. You should start doing your due diligence and research things if you feel that maybe you're not being told the whole truth about something, or that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people think that, these people are not educated enough to know any difference, and I'm just gonna, make money off of giving them a prescription for something. And no, that's not true, because some people can and are smart enough to know these things. They just don't know any better. They've been misled. And it's not their fault. It's just something that happens to people who are in a more vulnerable situation, or maybe in a more different environment or whatever. It just depends on the person and what environment they're in. And so whatever. But I have had the reason I'm able to speak about this is because I have had a lot of personal experience with this myself in the past. And I've learned through my own body and listening to my body and what to do and what not to do with certain things. And it's helped me a lot, to be honest, because your body's capable of doing a lot of healing itself if you just listen to it or let it, without intervention necessarily. We live in a society where they're so adamant about interfering and interference and needing to know everything and you do this for that and this or that people don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to follow your own path when it comes to that. They want you to follow a strict guideline for everything, especially when it comes to your health and your body. And I feel that it's a violation of my rights for anybody to tell me what to do with my own body or what decisions to make. And I know that I'm probably not alone in thinking that. I'm sure there's other people who feel the same way, that, when it comes to making your own decisions about your well-being and health and whatnot, that's best left up to you, because nobody has a right to tell you what you can or can't do with your body. And that's another thing I could talk about, is this whole medical COINTELPRO guardianship crap that they try to do that to me. They tried to put me under the guardianship thing, which they fucked up with that back in 2016. My mother tried to put a guardianship on me. They tried to put me in a mental hospital, which I got out of that, or they did do that, and I was able to get out of that situation by talking my way out of it. So they've tried everything over the years, pretty much everything, to discredit me from advancing in my life, from having any kind of real opportunities to make money, to have a career, to have any success. They have tried so hard to block me in everything that I've tried to do. And God knows I've tried a lot of things over the years that I've failed at or not been so good at, but at least I've tried. And that's all I can do. But it's never, with these kinds of narcissistic people who think that they're better than everybody and they're smarter than everybody because they have more money or they look better than you or they've had more fucking plastic surgery or whatever. There's people like that out there that are going to judge you if you're a female who hasn't had Botox or plastic surgery or fucking liposuction, shit like that. Trust me, I come from a fucking family like that. Really fucking superficial people who all they do is criticize me about my appearance and what I do and what I eat and all that shit. And who the fuck are you to tell me what to fucking do? It's horrible when you've been around those kinds of people throughout your life and that you're never good enough. You're the fucking scapegoat black sheep who they fucking hate. Like in my case, where that's what I went through growing up. I'm not playing victim here. I'm just saying that I survived all that shit and had to fucking babysit adult, immature people who are either fucking alcoholics or my mother run around with one fucking boyfriend to the next, never satisfied and always shitting, screaming at me because I wasn't good enough, or just never gave me any attention or validation growing up. Never did she fucking validate me or congratulate me. Never. Never did she say, congratulations, Lindsay, you did a good job, or I'm happy for you, or never, none of that. I never got anything like that from her. Ever. Ever. And to this day, I'm fucked up because of the shit that she did to me. I never got her fucking validation for one fucking thing. Ever. Just criticism. And so, yeah, I guess I'm a little fucked up as a result. As an adult child of a narcissistic mother and a fucking ne'er-do-well drunk father. If that's even my father. So, I'm not a happy-go-lucky, let's smile and, love your parents, they gave birth to you. And I don't give a fucking shit about that. I'm sorry to cuss, but what she's put me through and what they're still doing to me, keeping me a prisoner. Like, I can't get out of this fucking situation. If I want to move, I can't because I can't really afford it. And I can't get a loan because I don't have a full-time job. And I don't, it's like always a fucking catch-22. Always that in my life. No matter what I have tried to do, they always make sure that they have me under control via some fucking surveillance or some fucking neighborhood shit watch program or some neighbor spying on me, fucking drug dealing shit that they put me in these situations just to fucking watch me react. And it's not fair because my life could have been a lot different had I not been thrown into these fucking situations like this. If I would have known about things, I wouldn't have made that conscious decision. I don't need to be treated like I'm some kind of a goddamn drug addict or drug dealer or whore, which I'm not, which they've labeled me as everything you can imagine, which I'm not. Okay, it really makes me mad. I had my fucking inheritance stolen. I've had my identity stolen. I can't get a real job. No one will hire me. They just think I'm crazy. I get dirty looks everywhere I go from a lot of people, or some people are not that way, but nobody talks to me. Nobody even, this is what I've gone through the whole time I've lived here. This was way before I even started making YouTube videos about this shit. So it's just something that people don't like about me or something that they, whatever. And I don't know quite what it is because I haven't done anything to these people. I don't even know them, half of them, but they just, it's just the way my life has always been. And I can go back to my childhood and the same fucking thing. Go back to my past in school, same fucking thing. I had some friends and I went to university and I got my degree and I've had the corporate jobs and all that shit and did all that crap that the normal people do, quote unquote, in society. Had a boyfriend and got married, all that shit, but nothing ever lasts. Everything's temporary. People are fake. People are opportunists. People just like you one day. They don't like you the next day. I've been through all that. Been there, done that. So nowadays, to be honest with you, people don't understand. They don't like me because I don't fit in. I don't socialize properly. I don't go out and have fun and go drink and do the normal things that the corporate people do, that have a 9-to-5 job and all that shit, and go out and go vacation around the world, go to all the fancy bars and clubs and drink and have a $300 tab and buy drinks I don't do that shit. Because I just don't fucking care about impressing people, with trying to flaunt myself. What does it matter anyway? Even if I did have billions of dollars in the bank, nobody would give a fuck. Nobody would like me any better than they do now. Or maybe they would, but it's only because I have the money that they're after. Not me. It's just that they want something, right? It's always that way. It's always going to be like that. It's always been like that. And the minute you have something that somebody else wants, they're going to try to fucking take it from you. If I won the lottery, supposing I won $1 million or $2 million in the lottery. Oh, somebody's going to want to take that. Somebody's going to steal that. Or somebody's going to want to all of a sudden come into my life and play like they're my best friend. Because why? Because they want something. They want you for something. It's never because it's genuine. There's always some ulterior motive to most people. And I have found that as a targeted individual, having to fucking validate myself all the time because nobody else is going to. So I have to do it myself, and I'm okay with that because it is therapeutic. But quit looking for. I suppose that it's a good idea for people who are used to, like, they have a lot of family, they have a lot of friends, they have a lot of support, they have a job, the steady income, they have a health insurance, they have all these things. That's good. I'm happy for you if you do. That's great. Some people do, some people don't. Me, I have worked hard. I paid into the fucking system. I paid my taxes. I've had the whole fucking jobs throughout my entire life since I was a child babysitting at age 12. I was already fucking making money babysitting. It's not like I haven't worked, okay? It's just that I'm sick and fucking tired of doing shit that I don't want to fucking do, wasting my fucking time doing crap that I don't want to do when I know that I can do better and make money. So why waste my fucking time doing more shit that I fucking hate when I know what I'd like to do, but nobody's gonna fucking pay me to do what I'm good at doing? No, they'll pay someone else, but never me. No, someone else is going to take my place all the time, steal my fucking credit for what I've fucking busted my ass for. But do I ever get any fucking credit? No, never. And the question is why? Why not? Why don't I ever get the proper credit for what I've done, the work that I have actually done? Why not? What does it fucking take? And I realize that in this fucking world, you have to suck a fucking dick every fucking day, kiss a fucking ass, and play a fucking fake role to get anything. Especially a job at a gym, for example. Oh my God, you have to kiss some serious fucking ass or whatever. I swear to God, there's so much shit going, societal narcissism nowadays. And at my age, I don't want to deal with that shit. I don't want to deal with that crap anymore. That's why I don't talk to anybody at the fucking gym. And by the way, they asked me to do their survey thing again, right? Every few, and that ironically enough, Gold's Gym, I was like, that's funny. I've been going to this other location now for quite a while. Since I quit going to that fucking Highway 78 shit show thing. What gang stalking mania over there. I stopped going there and I started going to a different location regularly, way across the other side of town. I was like, that's interesting. I've been going here every day consistently, or another one, but they haven't sent me a survey. Oh, we'd love to hear your feedback about how's your experience at Gold's Gym. And lo and behold, this is pretty interesting. Let me talk about this. Because I was like, isn't it about time that I got that they did that? I'm wondering why not? What's going on? Because normally they do. So all of a sudden, I'm at the front. I started looking over my statement, my bank thing, and I'm like, why in the world? I noticed that I'm getting charged $43 a month for Gold's Gym, and I thought beforehand it was supposed to be $35 because I had signed at that Walsham location on 78, Highway 78, I had signed something. First of all, I got involved with that fucking Active and Fit Direct shit, which was a joke. So I had canceled that in person. I had to cancel that crap, and then I redid my membership at Gold's Gym. Right, I had to re-sign a contract and everything. I did the whole thing on that little that thing that they have, that sign. Whatever, what's the name of that? What's a brand? It's one of those things that you sign. You sign it, but I forget. It's Topaz or something is what it says. I think it says Topaz. It's like you sign it, your signature, and it shows up. Whatever. I signed that crap. I signed new contract. I guess it was what it was, and so then it was supposed to be for a year, okay? And it was supposed to be at $35 a month, or $33 or $32 a month. With tax, $35 a month. And that was less than a year ago that I signed that at that Walsham location. But, however, it gave me permission to go to any location that falls under the umbrella of whatever that category of membership is. And in other words, there's like 3 locations that I can't go to with that membership. One of them being the Broadway, Alamo Heights location, the one in the medical center, as well as something at Rogers Circle, Rogers Ranch, or something like that, right? You're not allowed to go to those 3 locations unless you have the exclusive membership, which I didn't have. So I was like, okay, so I can still go to whatever one I want. So whatever, fine. I'm paying $35 a month to do that. And I was like, and I saw my bank thing. I'm like, well, $43? No, that's not right. So I talked to them about a week ago, maybe a little over a week ago, a week and a half ago. I spoke to the man at the front desk at the gym, this one I usually go to, and I told him, I said, I'm wondering what's going on, because from what I was aware of, I'm supposed to be paying $35 a month for my membership, not $43. And so I fixed all that. Apparently, they still had me in their system as being a member of Active and Fit Direct. And I said, nah, that's not correct, because I'm not with them. I canceled that membership quite a ways back. And it was still showing up on their system that I was a member of Active and Fit Direct. So in other words, every time I go there and you check in with your key thing, it was showing that I was a member of Active and Fit Direct. I'm like, no. Let's fix that, please, because I'm not with that. That was nothing but problems, and I'm not with Active and Fit Direct anymore. I am with Gold's Gym. I had signed something at the Walsham Highway 78 location, another contract or whatever, or agreement. So I had to get that. I fixed that. I signed some papers, and they fixed that, supposedly, right? Supposedly, I'm back to the contract where it's $35 a month. With the tax, it comes out to $35 a month, which is fine. It's better than that. I'm saving some money. And sorry, I have my nose itches. So I fixed that, and then a couple days later, all of a sudden I get the "We'd love to hear from you" Gold's Gym survey. Literally like 2 days later after that, or a couple days after that. I'm like, that's kind of a bit of a coincidence, but okay, it makes sense because the timing is kind of correlated to how long I've been going there, and not that. So I could, kind of all falls into play, because they usually, whatever. I think they do those every 6 months, or it seems like maybe every year or every 6 months they do those like surveys for members. And I was like, where's my survey? So I did do the survey I got it a few days ago. I did it. I filled it out yesterday. And I didn't want to do it immediately when I first got the email. I was like, no, let me think about what I'm going to say first. I need to, do some more observations when I'm there, because I notice that whenever they'll send it to me immediately, I wait. And if I don't do it, I usually wait. But if I wait a couple days, I notice that the behavior by the staff changes. They're waiting. They're kind of testing me. It's like a test, is how it feels, because I think that they're trying to be on their best behavior, or they're sort of putting me to the test to see, is she going to fill it out? What is she going to say? That's how it kind of feels, because I could be wrong, but whatever. So I was like, I'm going to give it a couple days and then I'm going to fill it out. So I did fill it out, and I wasn't going to say anything negative anyway, because I haven't had any negative experiences there. It's been pretty clean. The people seem to be decent enough. The staff seems okay. I don't know any of these people. I only know, you get to over time, but they seem nice, decent people. And the members seem okay. Nobody's really, I haven't ever talked to anybody, so how would I know? I talked to one man. I take that back. Just around the time they sent the survey, by the way, there was a man who I kind of had noticed him there before, and one day I got on a treadmill. He was already there, and I got on one next to him, because it's a treadmill that I sometimes get on, and he happened to be on one of those. And I said hi, and he said hi, and I said, I recognize you from that Goliad location. And he's a man who, he used to go to the Goliad one a lot, or maybe he still does, but he's got an accent. He's Hispanic. He told me he's from the Valley or from Laredo or something, and he's a little Hispanic man, kind of shorter statured man, maybe in his 60s or something. I don't know, but what's his name? I forgot. He told me I don't know if he told me his name. I forgot. I forgot his name. I don't think he told me his name. I just know that but anyway, I had a little conversation with him, and he told me that he lives out in Ingram Park, out that direction. So I'm like, okay. And then, of course, I got the survey like the next day, strangely enough, after that's the first time that I've been at this gym that I've had a conversation with anybody, any member there. The first time I've ever talked to anybody was this man. The first conversation I've ever had with any of the members at that location at all. That's it. So anyway, and it was a very brief conversation, because I tend to just kind of not say much and just stay to myself because I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. But I just pay attention and watch what's going on. But I have a very keen eye, and I'm very observant, and I see everything going on around me. I'm not like looking around like an eagle, looking around at everything and like a hawk. But I see what's going on. I can almost see it from the back of my head. I feel like I've got eyes in the back of my head sometimes to see and hear things that go on at gyms and whatnot. So, but yeah, for the most part, they don't leave. They flush the toilets, and people seem a little bit more considerate, and as opposed to other locations. Let's just put it that way. I've seen some really bad ones. I've seen some not so good ones. I've seen some. It just depends where you are, which one. But so I filled out that survey, and I gave them a pretty good review. And my only complaint was asking, why is it that most of the Gold's gyms have gotten rid of all of those free motion incline treadmills? And that was my only complaint, is that I wish that all the gyms would have those, because I drive a lot, and it's a lot of driving, and I would prefer that more of the Gold's gyms have those machines, because they, and other than that, I think I gave, that's about all I really had to say, because that's the truth. For me, it's about the equipment, the machines, and if the machines are working, I'm okay. If they're not, I get pissed off. You drive all that way because you like the machines and the atmosphere, and I'm not going to waste my time. I don't like to fucking waste my time. I don't like to waste time. So and a thing about those treadmills, those free motion, it's a way, it's not even so much, the incline thing, it's fun to play with, but really, even if it did, because I like to sometimes go on a really low incline, it goes down -3 as well, which is cool. It goes all. And the thing is, it's the fact that it has these bars up there, the way it's designed with these kind of handlebar things up, like that you can grip. It's the way the machine is designed that's unlike other treadmills. It's not the fact that you can go up to 30. Because I don't even need to go that high. It's the fact that it's designed with those. If they had a treadmill, if I could design a treadmill, I would do it. I would design a treadmill that goes up to 20 degrees, okay? 20, maybe 25 or something, right? And it's a little bit more narrow than that, those machines. Maybe it's a little smaller than the ones that they have, the free motion that goes up to 30. But it'd go up to about 20 or 25, maybe 23, something like that. And it would still have those bars like that. I would design a treadmill like that just for myself, a custom one, and it still goes down to I'd make it go down to -3 or 4, something like that. That'd be perfect. But in a real world, in my fantasy land, that's the way it would be. But I can't. I have a lot of ideas for machines and treadmills that I come up with to design, because. Treadmills, if all of them, I don't know why they ought to just start making treadmills. They should all have that as like a safety measure. It would make a lot of sense if more treadmills just were designed that they had those bars like that. And I'm starting to see more and more of the newer models designed like that do have that, but most of them don't. Most treadmills and most gyms don't have anything like that. They might have that thing in the middle, that little thing that you can grip in the like kind of like a handlebar thing in the middle of the machine, but they don't have anything overhead. So like I said, like I've talked about before in my videos, it's for me, that's an essential component that I utilize when it comes to my treadmill routine. It's for me, it's a very beneficial component. Sometimes I feel like contacting the manufacturer or the designer, and I believe it's based in, is it Idaho? Not Idaho. Utah. I think those machines I think the company is based in Utah. Sometimes I feel like calling them and like, talking to them or something, but I'm not going to do that because they're not going to listen to me. I doubt. But I also think of other things. My mind's always running around with ideas about things that I would do if I had a gym, or if I managed a gym, or if I could choose the equipment and the music selection, all that, the TV. I have a lot of ideas as far as myself. But obviously, I don't own a gym. I don't have the kind of money to own a gym. It's a lot of, I wish that I could manage a gym. I wish I could manage it or own a gym with other people and kind of be a floor manager type person who doesn't have to be there all the time, but gets paid. In my dream world, I would have that happen. As much as I go there and as much effort as I put into this every day, I feel that would be a dream for me, or something that I would really like to have. Yet it seems like, and I've talked about this before, I've talked about ideas that I've had and what I've wanted, but it seems like no matter what I've wanted or tried to do, nobody will back me up. Nobody is going to support me, especially nobody in my so-called family gives a shit about what I want. It's about what they want me to do, or what they want. And it's not fair, because what if I were the heir of a bunch of money that somebody put in my name, and then what if you got an inheritance from somebody, it could be anybody, or you were the beneficiary of something that was in your name and somebody stole it from you, and they stole your identity, and they stole that from you? How would you feel? And especially if it was someone in your own family, and then they call you crazy for defending yourself, or they stick people in your life, narcissistic people, i.e. handlers, when you're a targeted individual, to try to control you and to manipulate you and to keep you under control so that they can have access to your money, to your ideas, to your spirit, to your soul, to your life. How would you feel? How would anybody feel, I wonder? Because that's what is and did or is happening to me still. And they want me to play dumb, like I don't see it, but I see all the signs, I see everything. How could that not be part of what is happening, or how could I be that oblivious or unobservant to not be able to connect the dots or see the patterns of what has happened or what is transpiring in my life? And I want to know, why do they underestimate me so much, and who exactly is the main person who wants me destroyed? Because I ask myself these things all the time, like, what did I do that's so horrible that they just want to make sure that I fail, or that I lose credibility, or that I die, or that I have to always struggle 12 times as much as most people? And I'm not saying poor me, I live out, I have shelter, I have a car. I'm just saying that my life could have been a lot better. But there's always somebody who wants to see me struggle as much as they can, because they can't handle seeing other people succeed. And it's like a thing of envy, I guess, that people have. And I don't know why I've had to go through this for so many years and still have to go through it. And no matter what I do, how much effort I put into things, how genuine I am, there seems to be somebody who is blocking me, and maybe they put some kind of a curse on me, a hex, I don't know, but that's how I have to feel. That's what I feel like all the time. I don't worship the devil. I'm very spiritual. I don't do bad things. I don't know why. I'm not a drug addict. They have put me into a category of people who they think some kind of an addict to illegal drugs or things like this. This is not me. That's not me. It never has been me. If just because a person has dabbled or experimented with things in the past does not make them necessarily a drug addict. And they don't need to use behavior modification to predict your behavior when that's something that you maybe did 20 years ago. And when people are always dangling your past in front of you like you should be ashamed just to survive and live every day, then fucking shame on you is what I have to say. Who are you to be doing that? Who do they think they are? After everything that I personally have overcome, I give myself credit, and I'm quite proud of myself. I don't need the fucking validation from people. I don't give a fuck what they think, quite frankly, because I'm used to not having any friends. I'm used to people giving me dirty looks. I'm used to people hating me, because they just do, and they always have. And I don't, what am I supposed to do about it? What can you do? You can't control people and tell them, like me, I'm gonna, no. They either do or they don't. And if they don't, okay. If they do, whatever. But this is my life, and this has been my life since I can remember. And I believe that part of it has to do with these questions about where was I born? Why do I have a fraudulent birth certificate? Why are there no photos of my mother when she was pregnant with me? Why does she get so mad if I ask her questions about my past or who I am? Why does she get so angry and defensive? What is she trying to hide? Why did all this stuff happen with this probate case when my supposed uncle Alan died? If it was my uncle or my father, why? I have the right to know why. And I ask why, and I want to know why. I want to know the truth. But they don't, whatever, for whatever reason, they don't want me to know exactly what the truth is or why they're doing this. And there's got to be a reason why. They don't just target and gang stalk and put people under fucking surveillance for no reason. And I've said before, is it the blood type? Is it because I have RHO negative blood? Am I an alien? What is it exactly? Because I'm somewhat psychic? Because I have maybe certain abilities that they want to... What is it? I would like to know, because it's not normal to be gang stalked every fucking day of your life. For years and years, it's not normal. And most people don't go through this. Or if they do, they're not aware of it. Most people are not at all aware of the fucking surveillance and shit, nor do they give a shit. Me, I do, because it's a violation and encroachment of my privacy rights. I didn't give anybody permission to fucking put hidden cameras in this house and spy on me in my fucking room, in my bathroom. Why would I do, what the fuck kind of crazy person is going to give anybody permission to just access them in their house like that, violate their privacy? Now, this is different. Me making a YouTube video about it, recording it in the house, my house, that's different. I'm talking about hidden fucking cameras that I know are in this house, God knows where, everywhere, probably in the bathroom, in the kitchen, wherever. Yeah, I know there are, because I can feel it. I know that I'm under surveillance. And then I've got people saying, you're crazy, you're paranoid. Why would anybody be surveilling you? You're not anybody. This is the kind of shit that people who want to discredit target individuals start saying crap like that. Like, you're just crazy, you're paranoid. Yeah. Oh, really? I'm paranoid for knowing that I'm under government illegal surveillance. I'm paranoid for knowing these things? No, it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to demand answers as to why. Because most people are too afraid to ask questions about anything. They just go along to get along and don't bother to ask questions. Because they don't care about, they're not passionate about things that I am. And I have my passions, and I sure as a fuck am not going to stop having my passions for things that I feel strongly about. No matter how hard these people try to shut me up, to silence me, to fucking control me, to control the narrative, and be my handler, I'm not your fucking slave, you're not my fucking handler, I'm not gonna kiss your ass or do anything to try to get your fucking approval, because that's what they try to do to me. Oh, let's try to make her feel so useless and ugly and worthless that she is constantly going to be seeking approval and a people pleaser. Because that's the role they want me to play or be, is a people pleaser, always complacent, don't ask questions, just, that kind of person who has no voice. When in fact, that's not me at all. It never has been. Ever. It's not in my blood or in my DNA to be that way. And it just pisses me off because I know that I'm capable of a lot more than I've ever been given credit for. And I can't beg people to give me a job. I can't beg and kiss people's ass. I'm a shy person for the most part. In public, I don't talk to people much, but it's not fair because people like me get dismissed and discredited all the time because I'm not some outspoken, loud, obnoxious, in your face, trying to get your attention all the time person in public. So therefore, I get left out, and I don't get credit for what I've done for my work, ever. So it's infuriating. It's really infuriating that at my age, that I try and I try and I try. And I keep trying every fucking day, getting up, doing shit. Even if I don't want to fucking go, I get my ass up still at a decent hour and get my ass to the fucking gym and bust my ass. But it's never going to be good enough. It's good enough for me, but it's never going to be fucking good enough for these fucking surveillance dumb fucks monitoring me and fucking mocking me. And fuck you, because I don't give a shit. Yeah, you don't have my fucking permission to be doing that shit, by the way.